Hello there, wonderful world of YouTube. This is your girl SwimmstaGal coming at you with a brand new bullet journal video. New year, new channel, new journal. Join me as we set up my 2022 bullet journal. The journal I went with for this year, or at least the beginning of the year, is the Archer and Olive Messy and Brights collection journal. This is actually a limited edition journal. If you guys are interested in buying it, I'll have it linked down below. Just be aware that it is until supplies last. If you guys are interested in buying some Archer and Olive items, use code SwimmstaGal for 10% off. You know, it gets me a little bit of a commission, but at no extra cost to you. If anything, you'll be saving 10%. Alright, so as you guys can see here, I'm just unboxing it. This journal is actually meant to be written on, but I just couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. I just put the cover on and I tried to do this little cool transition, which I think I did pretty well. You can let me know down below. But yeah, so the point of this particular journal is that we customized the cover, but I just love the way that the neon looked with the cover that comes with the collection. Like, look at that. It is stunning. Stunning. Alright, now let's get back into the point of the video, which is actually setting up the journal. So I did do a title page, or I would maybe consider it a cover page, in which we wrote down 2022 and what a different angle. Who am I? No, but just seriously, I was actually gifted a digital camera for Christmas. My husband actually surprised me with one. So throughout this video, you guys are actually going to see different angles at different times. I'm still kind of getting used to setting it up, so there might be slight color differences between my main overhead camera and my side digital camera. Hopefully with time and experience, it could, you know, it's a little bit more even in coloring, so the transition's a lot smoother. But for now, it is what it is, I guess, right? For a lack of better words. But what you guys see me doing here is I'm just drawing mini characters. The one that I did not talk about, but we just passed, is Ichigo, and the one I'm currently working on right now is Bakugo. Now, for these smaller little drawings of the characters, we're using the thinner Sakura Pigma Micron. If I'm not mistaken, it's going to be between the 005 ones and the 01. The reason I didn't want to go in with the thicker pen is because we would lose a lot of the detail that some of these what would be considered chibi drawings have, especially characters like Bakugo in this sense, since he is in his hero gear slash costume. Now, for the actual numbers, I went ahead and filled them in. I felt like this gave it a little bit of more of a bolder look to the cover page, as well as allow the little chibi drawings we have stand out. Now that's it for that page, and now we're moving on to the word of the year. I previously never had a word of the year for any of my journals, but this year, or at least this past year, which was 2021, I started listening to a lot of motivational speakers, and something that they commonly speak about is the difference between feeling successful, between feeling fulfilled. And I realized that although I might feel successful in certain aspects of my life, I wasn't necessarily feeling fulfilled. So my focus for 2022 is doing things that make me feel fulfilled. I went ahead and used a Tombow color that matched or was close to the Pantone color of the year, just to kind of play that into the color scheme a little bit. I know for the most part last year's setup was a little bit more neutral. It was black and gold. So this year I just wanted a little bit more color in my life, so I was like, why not? From there, I went ahead and I moved on to drawing Taiga in a cute little Pikachu onesie on the bottom. For those of you guys that may have been following me for a long time or come from my other channel, you guys by now must know I am a really big Pokemon fan. Like I just can't get over Pokemon. But I thought this was cute. I wanted it for my main page, so whenever I did check on the year at a glance, I had something to look forward to, basically. At the top, just because I didn't want it to look so vacant, I went ahead and used some glitter washi to decorate the page. I also kind of mimicked that at the bottom just to tie in that page a little bit better. For the year at a glance, I just did bubble letters and filled them in. Now, you guys are not going to see me actually stamping in the dates. I figured I will learn from last year's mistake, which was me messing up like various months of the calendar because I was too busy trying to make sure I was getting the correct angle for the camera. But you know what? Let me tell you guys, that did not help. I still messed up because I was on 2021 for some reason. But, you know, it is what it is. From there, I went ahead and moved on to my future log, taking some inspiration from Amanda Rach Lee. I went ahead and cut out little segments where I was going to have the months, just so I didn't have to redo the title page a second time. Now, what you see me doing here is just going in with the pencil and outlining the second page from my first page, just because sadly the Archer and Olive dots don't always line up, and that's due to the fact that they're hand sewn, I believe, or handmade. So some pages, they're slightly off from the previous page, so the dots don't always line up the proper way. Now, I don't like when the ridge shows from like us cutting the paper, so all I did was just keep one of the longer tabs and then I just glued that back down onto the second page, which hides like the little cuts, so it's not as obvious. So we're going to go in with that same Tombow marker we used for the word of the year. The only difference now is that I am outlining it with the thick Pigma Micron. And here I was like, let me triple check the calendar before I place any stamps down. First month, all good. Second month, girl, I messed up. But, you know, I just cut up some excess notebook paper I had and I put it back over it. You know, it was no biggie. The rest of the months went by a lot smoother. All of them, for the most part, were correct. You'll see right here, there's some slight, you know, spacing issues from when I put the stamps on. But other than that, I could live with it. Now, using some lettering stamps that I have, I'm just going in there to title the months. And then again, using that same Tombow marker, I'm just drawing like a division line between the months, just so that when I'm writing them down, there's like, you know, an obvious separation between the two. Now for this one, I somehow got ink on my elbow, and then that elbow transferred onto the paper. So I'm just using some iridescent washi tape to cover that up. I didn't do any doodles for this particular one since I did use the washi tape for decoration. And from there, I moved on to my social media tracker. So the way I decided to go about decorating this page was using the 3 main colors from the 3 apps that I would mostly be focusing on this year, which are YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. And similar to the headers for the future log, I did outline these with the bold pen. The only thing I did not do is go back in with the markers to fill in the white spaces. I kind of like the little offset look to it with the whites that the white spacing gave. And then all I'm creating here is just a place to place the months, and then like the start of the month and the end of the month for each particular social media app or place, so I can track what I started with, you know, subscriber wise, follower wise, and what I ended the month with. And then just to make it a little bit fun, I went ahead and did again the corresponding marker colors. So for the first 4 months I went in with red, the middle 4 months I went in with the purple, and the last 4 months I went in with the blue. And then just using a white Jelly Roll pen, I went in and titled them so I know which ones are which. Over here is a milestone tracker. So what I did here is I just made like really big things that represent the particular platform I'm following. So as you can see, YouTube is the biggest one, then there's Instagram, and then there's TikTok. I did not put any of the numbers in just because I didn't know how I was gonna want to set it up, like, you know, milestone wise. Like, was I gonna go based off of every 50 followers, every 100 followers, and so on and so forth. I'm kind of happy I didn't fill it in. You know, hindsight is 2020, because I did end up making a brand new YouTube channel. So I left my original channel that had over 1,000 subscribers and went ahead and decided to start anew. So if I would have actually filled in those numbers at the beginning of the year when I did this, they would have been totally off for this new channel, and we don't want that. And here I'm just drawing, you know, our bunny girl senpai, Mai Sakurajima. I do apologize because I know the eyes are totally off, but we try our best here. And then because this year I do actually want to be a little bit more serious in regards, like, you know, to how much I'm posting, how often I'm posting, because last year it was, I did it once a month minimum, but there was like no schedule. So even if you have an audience that's engaged, they don't really know when to check in on your channel. So this time I was like, you know what, let's be a little bit more organized about this, see what videos I want to work on, when they get like to what stages, which would be like, you know, the setup, when they get filmed, when they're edited, and then when they're actually uploaded. So the goal here would be to post 1 video weekly. You know, actually have the intention of posting and not just saying I'm gonna post. And then here I just used a lilac jelly roll to fill in, like, you know, the start of the project, the title of the project, and map out all those little things that I just said we were going to be tracking. At the bottom, I went ahead and used and drew the 3 main characters from Our Promised Neverland. With that, it brings us to the end of this 2022 bullet journal setup. Thank you guys so much for watching and joining me on this brand new adventure on this brand new channel. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you're interested in watching more, and hit that little bell button if you want to be notified whenever I post a video. Again, thank you guys so much. I'll see y'all later. Bye.